Hello all, myself Soumya KS, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Commerce, GFGC Paramasagara. In this video, we shall discuss about filing of returns by different assessees. First, let's see individuals, HUF, AOP, association of persons or body of individuals, or an artificial judicial person who are required to file the return. It is every individual person or HUF, association of persons, body of individual, or any kind of artificial judicial person has to file the return on or before the due date. Due date we have already discussed in the earlier video, of his total income or the total income of any person in respect of which he is assessable. If the income without giving any deductions under section 80C to 80U, if it exceeds the exemption limit. In the present year, as per the present year, the minimum exemption, the maximum exemption limit is 2,50,000. Till that, if it exceeds 2,50,000 for individuals, and for senior citizens it is 3 lakh, and for super senior citizen 5 lakh. If it exceeds that exemption limit, then they have to file the income tax return. In case of a company or a firm, every company or firm has to file the return on or before the due date specified in the respected ITR with respect to their income or even the loss. Even though they have not earned any income, they incurred loss, then also they are required to file the income tax return within due date. Then with respect to ordinary resident person having any assets located outside India. An ordinary resident person who is not required to furnish any return. Actually, he is not required to file any return, but who at any time during the previous year he holds as a beneficial owner or otherwise any asset which is located outside India, or has signing authority in any account located outside India. He may be having just signing authority with respect to any kind of things, financial matters, or he may be having any assets which are located in foreign country, then he has to file the return. Along with that, a beneficiary of an asset, it may be even a financial interest located outside India, has to furnish the return on or before the due date which is specified to file that return. Even there is a loss, then also he is required to file the return. And in case of a charitable trust, if the total income of the charitable or religious trust without deducting any exemption under section 11 and 12, if it exceeds, that income exceeds the non-taxable maximum limit, whatever the exemption limit specified, if it exceeds that, then also they are required to file the income tax return. And with respect to a political party, the chief executive officer of every political party, they appoint a chief executive officer, the CEO of every political party. If the total income of the party without taking any deductions under section 13A, if it exceeds the maximum amount which is not chargeable to tax, means it exceeds the exemption limit, then they have to file the income tax return before the due date. And in case of any other person, if the total income of a person without giving any exemption under section 10, if it exceeds the maximum limit, nothing but the exemption limit which is not chargeable to tax, then they have to file the income tax return. With respect to persons who are claiming exemption under capital gain, if a person who is having capital gain and who is claiming exemption from capital gain under section 54, 54B, 54D, 54EC, F, G, 54GA and GB, then he is required to file the income tax return. And even following persons are also required to furnish the return mandatorily if he has deposited an amount or aggregate of the amounts exceeding in one or more accounts, exceeding almost 1 crore in one or more current account maintained with a banking company or a cooperative bank. Then they have to file the return. He has incurred expenditure of an amount or aggregate of the amounts exceeding 2 lakh rupees for himself or any other person. If the expenditure exceeds 2 lakh rupees with respect to a person for the travel to a foreign country, then he has to file the income tax return. Then if a person has incurred expenditure of an amount or aggregate of the amounts exceeding 1 lakh rupees towards consumption of electricity. Electricity goskarane if they have spent more than 1 lakh rupees, then they have to file the return. And if he fulfills such other conditions as may be prescribed from the present assessment year 2021, this condition is also inserted. One more issue is regarding return of loss. That is, if any person who has sustained a loss in any previous year under the head profit and gains of business or profession or capital gain or owning and maintaining horse race and claims that the loss should be carried forward, he should furnish a return of loss on or before the due date. If the return of loss is not filed within the due date, then the loss cannot be carried forward and set up. ಈಗ previous year ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ loss ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Even though there is a loss from the business or profession or maintaining the horse race or under capital gain, to carry forward such loss and set off such loss in the future years, then he has to file the return. However, the loss from house property or unabsorbed depreciation, unabsorbed capital expenses on scientific research and unabsorbed capital expenses on family planning can be carried forward and set off even the return has not filed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ return file ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೂ in these conditions that will be carried forward. The loss will be carried forward. And other provisions regarding the filing of income tax returns are, first one is belated return. Belated return means the return filed after the due date. The assessee will file the return, but he filed after the due date. That's why it is called as belated return. Then revised return of income. It means here the assessee will, by making self-assessment, he will file the return. But later on he will come to know that he has excluded few return or there are some mistakes. Then he can file a revised return, one more return by making corrections. Then such return is called as revised return of income. Here he might have filed the return before the due date itself and revised return also before the due date. Then defective return of income. Defective return means an assessee has filed the return before due date itself, but there may be some mistakes which is noticed by the income tax authority, or he might have failed to furnish certain documents, certain proof along with the return with respect to any TDS or with respect to making certifications regarding giving the proof with respect to making payment of the rent, such thing, then it is considered as defective return. For further reference, you can refer these textbooks and websites. Thank you.